This is Sparta!
Hi there everyone, this is Bill back from Spartan Racing, and this video is on Project Cars 2 with the Fanatec Podium Wheelbase DD2. These are my settings that I've used to get a setup that actually suits what I want to get out of the base, and hopefully this will work for you. If not, it maybe gives you a base or a starting point to be able to tweak it a bit better for yourself. So unfortunately
It
looks like WMD aren't doing much more support for Project Cars 2, so they haven't natively done any programming to natively support the DD bases. So there's a couple of options. You can put the base into CSWV 2.5 mode. I'll post a picture that actually shows which buttons to push to get it into that mode. Or you can use a custom wheel. I actually find it better with the custom wheel, because putting it into the CSW mode, I found on my Formula 1 wheel the paddle shifts weren't working. So with the custom wheel, then it actually worked. So let's get this launched up and get it happening. Sorry about that little error. I normally launch in VR mode, so was looking for some VR there, but it still loads up fine. Okay, so first thing you need to do is go to Options, go to Controls, and set the wheel up to go to Custom and Custom Wheel. Separate pedals. I'm using the SHCKVIB sprints, so I have those programmed as well. Once you set the custom wheel, you need to go into Edit Assignments, and these will usually be blank. So basically, to get these to recognize, you just select and turn the wheel to the left, which is what I'm doing now, all the way. Then you let it go, and it comes up and recognizes the steering left. You do the same thing with the right. Your throttle, your brake, handbrake if you've got one, clutch, your paddle shifts for gear up and gear down. So it's just, again, simple, just click, select the gear up, and it recognizes it, and then go through and do your shifter if you have a shifter. Once you've done that, go back to Edit Control Scheme, and go to Calibrate Wheel. Again, the Calibrate Wheel, really simple. Just turn the wheel one way, bring it back. I usually bring it back to center, and hit Next. Then I've got my wheel set up as 1080. So all I do is I just keep getting this till I get to 1080 and hold it there and finish, and that's my wheel. And same with the pedals, just click on the pedals, throttle, brake and clutch, and save there, and it's ready to go. And then you can just edit up any other buttons and bits and pieces if you want to have those active as well. From this point, what I've actually got is I actually have a Jack Spade file loaded on the Project Cars forums, on the Fanatec forum. It mentions about using the raw setting and have these settings adjusted following what they have on their community page. But it also suggests that you have the wheelbase, your force feedback down, I think it was around 40 or 50%. Now again, as I've said in my other videos, if you don't have the wheel set at 100% force feedback, you're not using the whole dynamic range that the wheel can offer. So I always have my wheel set to 100%, and I then change usually the gain, or I know in the Assetto Corsa they call it gain, in this they call it gain, in others iRacing they call it strength. Other sims have it referenced in different ways, but it's pretty much the same thing. This is the main adjustment for your force feedback. So to be able to get the Jack Spade files to work, when you normally launch into Project Cars, this is set up usually with raw. You can use the raw setting. I will also show you what the settings I had when I was using the raw setting. They were pretty good, but I just found using the JackSpade tweaker files that this feels a little bit better. So set it to custom. Once you set it to custom, and if you want to use the JackSpade files, you've got to quit out of the game and load the JackSpade files and then start the game again. As soon as you change this from anything, you need to reboot the game, otherwise it won't pick this custom up. So these are my settings that I've got currently that I've been playing with, which is the gain of 50%, a volume 40, tone 48, and FX of 43. If you read the notes on the side here, it gives you a breakdown and sort of explains what each one of these do. I'm not going to go into it, but I've spent quite a bit of time just messing about to get what I feel is the best result. So to get those JackSpade files in, I'm going to quit to the desktop, and if you go to the Project Cars forums and go to the forums technical help JackSpade custom files, this will be the first page that comes up, and if you scroll down to the bottom here, you'll actually see PCars 2 custom files are here. So if you select that, and you'll be able to actually copy these files. So if you download these files and then unzip them, you will then be presented in your excuse me, in your downloads folder. You'll see the JackSpade, sorry, they're the wrong ones there for PCars 1. You'll see the, let's find them, JackSpade custom files, which I've unzipped, and here they are. Now, I tried a few different files and bits and pieces to use, but the one I ended up settling on was, if I go to my documents folder and go to Project Cars 2, and if I have a look at this file here, is the JackSpade Tire Low Comp DD SOP diff. So Tire Low Comp DD SOP diff. So to get to that, just go back to the downloads, go to the JackSpade files, custom files, SOP diff, and here we go. Let's have a look, see, here we go. Excuse me again, oh, throat. So Tire Low Comp SOP diff DD, this one here. So to be able to use this file, what you need to do is you need to copy the file, go to your documents folder, go into Project Cars 2, and paste the file in here. Now there will be a file in here named, a default file in here named FFB custom settings. If you delete that file, so you just delete that, and then you need to select this file here, just click on it and delete everything after the word settings. And once you've done that, the game will then recognize this setting. And then you'll just be left, I'll just delete this out of here because I've already got it, you'll just be left with this file here. And this is the file that gets picked up when you select custom in Project Cars 2. Once you've done this, relaunch Project Cars 2. Okay, we're back in Project Cars 2. Go to Options, Controls, Force Feedback. I have Custom still here, and I've made some adjustments to these settings. From this point, you can just go in, and again I usually do what I normally do, GT3 around Monza. Like I said, I use that, I've said in my other videos, I use that as my baseline, because it's a nice flat track, a couple of nice little curves, just to give me an idea of what's actually happening. And once we start up. Even driving out of the pit now with the pit limiter engaged, I can definitely feel some nice vibrations coming through the base. Now, cold tyres, so she's going to be a bit slippery, but I'm picking up all the little bits and pieces off the track, just the little bumps and grooves off the track. I'm just going to go around a little slow. Definitely feeling all the ripple strips. Feeling the back of that car just kick out there. And I'm getting a really nice feeling through the base. And as you can see by the wheel moving on screen, I'm definitely feeling those tyre forces affecting what's happening in the car, and it's been translated really nicely through the base itself, and obviously the wheel and straight to me. So hopefully you'll be able to use this as your starting point. If you don't want to use the SHCKVIB files, I'll have a little picture up at the end of this video what my raw file settings are, and you'll be able to try those, and again use that for a starting point as well. But have a good play around with this, and this is, like I said, it's given me what I expect. Or what I sort of had from my original base. It's well, obviously with not as much feedback, but it's given me a really good feeling. I was struggling at first with the base with Project Cars 2 because it did feel a bit mushy, but now I've definitely got, it's a lot sharper, and I'm getting some excellent forces coming back through the wheel. And hopefully this will be a good starting point. Anyway, I'll also post up my actual wheel settings so you can see that as well. They'll be in the comments below. Thank you again, and again I've got to thank everybody for the great feedback and great comments. Please hit the like, please hit the subscribe. That really helps with you guys subscribing. I try to answer as many comments as I get. And yeah, enjoy the hobby, and I'll hopefully talk to you guys soon. Thanks very much.